All right, recording. Let's see how this goes. So I've got a dream report for you today. Yeah. All right. So I've never had a dream quite like this. Maybe kind of, but ultimately no. Felt like it meant something. Alright, so I'm upstate. Feels like I'm in upstate New York. It's just very green, mountainy. And there's a lake and such. It's a rural area. There's people that live up there. And I'm doing stuff. It's funny. One of the things that I always am doing, but never in any kind of rememberable way, is I'm helping. I'm helping some people out, right? And like all my dream reports, like often I'm in a situation where like I'm helping some people out, don't know what I'm doing. Right? Like that's literally every fucking time. So apparently I'm very helpful in the astral world. Dear God. I gotta wear my old glasses because I lost my regular glasses, I think after the Ren Fair, and I don't know where they are. They're not in my buddy's car. I may have lost them in the parking lot. Oh well. So you're gonna have to deal with me looking like this now. So I'm over there. And I head back home. I'm checking a few things out, and then I go back out, like to take like a hike, almost, if you will. And I look out over the lake, and then I see, it looks like two naval cruisers sitting out in the lake. I mean, this is a lake. The lake, it might be more of a channel, right? Like but felt like a lake. Right? You know, I mean, like, I'm so used to, like, doing things like climbing Breakneck Ridge in the Hudson Valley. So, like, you know, looking over the Hudson River kind of thing is semi-familiar to me, you know. So, I see what looks like two, like, naval cruisers. And I can specifically identify them as cruisers because they weren't enormous ships, and they didn't have big guns, and they had like equipment, and they were dark gray, that dark grayish blue that some naval vessels are. And so I then see these two missiles coming out of the sky, coming straight down, and they hit the water, look like they're trying to hit the ships. From that point, everything gets adrenalized. I kind of go into a more lucid state as I jump right into the experience of the dream, and I'm running back to the home. And I get in there where it's like friends and family at the home I'm in up here. And I'm trying to explain to them that some shit just hit the fan. And they're trying, but they're also not getting the full gravity of the situation. I'm looking out the window, and these troops are coming out, and they're breaking into the house, right? So you know the enemy is here. They have ground footing. They have a team, and we're on the chopping block. So, I'm looking around like, guys, where's my fucking gun? Right? I'm thinking about my Savage rifle in the real world. Because I can only think of my real world gun for this situation. Like, I'm not imagining to myself, oh, where's my plasma rifle, right? So, they're downstairs. Everybody is working on getting calm and quiet and hide and all that stuff. I find my hiding spot. But they get up there and they find me, and so I'm captured. And here's what's crazy. There's like at least 2 guys there. They give me an ultimatum. They said, like, listen, we can either put you like in a dark, isolated abyss for eternity or something like that. Is kind of like what they proposed. These guys didn't sound like demons. They sounded like straight up just like mercenaries, right? Or you can do this for us. You do this thing for us. And the way it felt, it was just like, it sounded like I had time to basically lie to them. So I said yes because it didn't seem like the worst effing thing, and then I don't know, the way the circumstances worked out, I didn't have to do it, right? Well, I did, but I wasn't gonna let them, right? Because I told them I would, but for some strange reason, I don't know if they just trusted me or whatever, but they walked away, and I was just like, all right, fuck this, I'm getting the fuck out of here. So I book it. They weren't able to whatever, but I did hear one of the guys say, like, so wait, what are you gonna have him do? And it was just like, he's going to merge the Protestant and Catholic Church. And I heard the other guy go, what? So it was a strange thing where there was a surprise amongst them in their ranks, almost like the way you see in like one of these retarded action films, where not everybody's on the same page to make it interesting. So I run, and I'm in the woods again, and I'm sorry, the reason why I'm really running out of there is that this fog rolls in. And it makes me think almost like The Mist, in a sense, right? Except it's not that there's creatures in it, but that, like, it's transforming shit. It's just like like the walls of the house where the mist is touching are starting to, like, turn organic. Like I remember kind of distinctly almost looked like it was like brain or muscle, stomach, intestines or whatever, just like the way the walls were looking. It was getting warped out a bit, almost like an acid trip. Well, I wouldn't know acid, but mushroom trip. All right. So so I get out of there. Then I'm out in the woods on the hike, and to get out, and I'm noticing weird little creatures. 2 of them. One of them is a little guy that I can't quite make out, kind of bipedal kind of thing, cryptid sort of whatever. Didn't feel threatened. But then this other one, which I just wanted to avoid because I could tell it was big and lumbering and I didn't know what its temperament was a giant, like, boulder that, had bouldery arms and legs and a bouldery head, just a big boulder walking around. Like I'm in a video game and it's like a magical fucking boulder monster that you would normally have to fight with your big buster sword or some shit. Right? So, I'm running from all this shit. And then I get to what feels like I'm on a boat. like a big boat. And then in my dream state, I started remembering the feeling was coming forward of the superhero. Because if you guys have known me for forever, in 2012, I was subject to a series of very powerful action dreams that I was a member of the Avengers. Kind of with my own kind of version of some of the powers that I liked a whole lot. You know, like I had like this exoskeleton kind of thing that gave me some of Tony Stark's powers. I think I once had a bit of a Spider-Man situation. I could fly at one point. Yeah. So it was just, I was remembering, it's just like, I should be able to handle this. I was an Avenger. I am an Avenger. I did the Avenger thing, right? And so in my lucid state, I'm invoking this in myself. I'm just repeating it to myself. But I kind of wake up shortly after that, right? But it was, but that's this crazy way that it ended, where I was just like remembering my 2012 dreams within this dream, right? Because I think my problem is that the circumstances didn't get my brainwave state calmed down to where I could take proper control and activate abilities. I wasn't operating from that kind of dream narrative until I stepped onto this boat, and it made me like, and for some strange reason, I was starting to bring that into my memory recall within the dream, which can be very hard to do because sometimes in a dream, you forget all sorts of regular things about yourself. Like, you know, you don't have your regular memorial faculties. Which tells you an interesting thing about what we do and why we do it in our dreams, because we know that often we're very uncomfortable talking about our dreams because we're acting so out of character of ourselves that you don't know what to really say about it, you know, because to talk about it is to basically say I had an imaginary experience. I'm talking like a crazy person. And so you don't talk about dreams unless you're in the subject of dream reality with people, unless you're like me and my friends, where we enjoy the psychonautic journeys that way. Whether it's a mere dream or induced by drugs. And I think that I don't know if something's coming, and this was prophetic, where we're all going to be kind of like in 2020, alone, fighting a war together. Except we'll actually be not, I don't even know if we're going to be literally fighting it. That could all just be dream allegory. But my point is that it'll be the same kind of thing, but different, where you're standing up to yourself, you're invoking more power and doing it more effectively, etc., etc. So something like, I can't accept that I had this dream for nothing, and that it's all just my my psyche just working out funky little things. It's on a personal level, right? I have gone through enough shit. And my emotional relationship to these dreams is very different than most other people's. Because I actually like care about it and pay attention, like the way I cared about and paid attention the details of certain psyops that happen in the world, right? And you know, looking at the circumstances of this dream, it reminds you very much of how psyops are operating, and how the Hegelian dialectic works, and when they hit you with a live drill or something, how that kind of manifests, right? Because I think we understand that with the live drill aspect of a psyop, when people aren't just talking and throwing presentation of the media, but you actually pull out the crisis actors and the professionals in uniform running the drill. That is the applicable scenario in question. Anyway, that is my paranormal paramilitary dream report. That's what I'm calling this one. Paranormal paramilitary. I'll catch you guys later.